No one was calling clock. That was not any situation where clock was going to be called, even if he would have taken a few more minutes on that one. JWin still thinking about it. That's why these guys are so great. They are able to move on to the next one. Don't let two hands beat you. Don't let one hand beat you twice. JWin picks up another good one. 3 bets to 1,500.
In this episode of Weekly Poker Hand, we are playing 5, 10, 25, 50, 100. Chunky game. $11,000 deep. Mr. Kipling raises it up from the hijack seat with ace-5 of spades. JWin in the big blind with ace-queen offsuit makes it 1,500. So far, so good. Poker legend, Bones. He's been around as long as I have in poker, maybe even longer. He has pocket nines in the third blind. There's a bunch of blinds here. With pocket nines, $8,800 deep, Bones is in a pretty tough spot because if Mr. Kipling should have a decently strong range to raise into all the blinds, and JWin should have a pretty good range to 3-bet, nines doesn't really love it. And for that reason, I think Bones's only options are to go all in or fold. Don't call and try to flop a 9. That is not a great option when you're not very deep stacked. Bones opts to let it go this time, which I think is perfectly reasonable. In the low jack seat, TM has a similar decision with pocket 5s, but that's an easier fold because, well, 5s is way worse than 9s. Mr. Kipling, with his ace-5 suited, in position, closing the action, decides to see the flop. Let's spin the wheel.
And Mr. Kipling comes along with the ever-attractive ace-5 suited. And an ace for both players. Both players hitting their ace here. Mr. Kipling backdoor flush possibilities and wheel possibilities. He's going to make the call.
Flop comes ace of diamonds, 10 of spades, 3 of clubs. JWin has top pair second kicker, a pretty good hand. Mr. Kipling has top pair no kicker, but a backdoor flush draw and a backdoor straight draw. Pretty good. This is the spot where JWin should certainly bet a decent chunk of the time with his ace queen, and that is what he does. He goes for a $1,000 bet into the 3,200 pot. I think that's fine and reasonable, although he does want to consider betting a little bit bigger just to try to nudge money into the pot so he can reasonably get it all in by the river when he feels inclined. That said, small bet in the spot is perfectly fine given he has all the good ace-X in his range. Mr. Kipling can only call. Don't raise here. If you raise here and get called or re-raise, it's miserably bad. And if your opponent folds, well, your ace-5 was good. So just call. You're in trouble. Let's go to the turn.
What a card there. What a card. Top 2 for JWin. A pair and nut flush possibilities for Mr. Kipling. So JWin just got out of a great hand. Folding to Trey's river jam. And gets put right back in the frying pan here. $5,200 in the pot. Looks like 1,600 is the bet. About a third size pot bet, a little under. Mr. Kipling going nowhere. Gonna make the call. Looking for a spade is Mr. Kipling.
The turn is the queen of spades, giving JWin 2 pair, and Mr. Kipling the nut flush draw. The pot is 5,200, and JWin goes for 1,600. I think at this point he needs to go a little bit bigger because if Mr. Kipling has anything on this board, it's going to be some sort of pair with a draw, either a gut shot or a flush draw, or perhaps two pair that's going to be forced to pay off. So for that reason, I think JWin can bet just a little bit bigger so that the stack to pot ratio is shallower going to the river, which is going to sort of force Mr. Kipling to call it off with a lot of his bluff catchers on the river, all of which ace queen crushes. That said, he does go 1600. With the ace five of spades, Mr. Kipling again has an easy call. If he shoves at this point or raises, he's gonna get called by any good ace, which he's way behind. And if JWin happens to have a worse hand, JWin is just gonna fold to an all-in. So even though Mr. Kipling has top pair and the nut flush draw, that is not a hand that wants to raise in this situation at all. Mr. Kipling realizes that. He just calls. Let's go to the river.
No spade. Now it is 4 to Broadway. A 4-liner to Broadway. JWin again faces the 4-liner. It's never easy. He checks. Does Mr. Kipling just saw Trey bluff JWin out of a pot? He's got 9,900 behind. Could put JWin all in if he wanted to.
All in.
He does. Second time in 2 hands. JWin is being tortured here on hands 64 and 65.
River is the king of clubs, making the board very, very nasty for JWin's 2 pair. JWin opts to go for a check. And then Mr. Kipling rips it all in as a bluff for roughly the size of the pot. I love this play because if you consider Mr. Kipling's range at this point, a lot of it is going to be hands containing a jack. Ace jack, jack 10, king jack, queen jack, right? All those hands, especially if they were suited, would stick around up until this point. They have a straight and want to load the money in. Also, if Mr. Kipling had a hand with a king, like king 10 or king queen, those are now 2 pair and don't really need to bluff because they beat some of JWin's random hands like ace X suited, right? So this is a situation where Mr. Kipling has to look pretty hard to find bluffs. While he does have a few perhaps junky backdoor flush draws, like maybe 5-4 suited or something like that, there aren't really a whole lot of other worse hands that Mr. Kipling can have. So this is a spot where you need to find bluffs. And given he has a lot of jacks, he has to look hard for bluffs. And ace with a bad kicker seems like a pretty good one, especially when you can get an ace with a better kicker or maybe even 2 pair to find a hero fold. Now, I will say, Mr. Kipling looks like a young player. Young players typically don't get as much fold equity as nitty old YouTube content creators like me, but I think this is a pretty good spot to bluff. Let's see if it works. Actually, before we know if it works, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think JWin is going to be a hero and call or disappointed with a fold? Let me know what you think he's going to do in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, click the like and subscribe button for me, please.
Both times he's got the check mark. Both times his opponent goes all in on the river.
All right, this one's a little bit easier to call than the last one, but I'm already so bad on the stream. Getting these spots.
Yep. Back to the stall. Let's hope come down to it.
Makes this call. It's about a $26,000 pot. God, he's been in the blender.
I mean, if he was drinking,
Yeah.
I'd keep the buzz going.
Makes the call.
Hey, sorry. Well,
There you go, JWin.
how many cards, right?
Good play by Mr. Kipling. Better call by JWin.
JWin gives it a lot of thought and calls. JWin makes the hero call of the day, scoops a massive pot. Whew. Sometimes it works out.